Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone who has joined us. I see there's only 41 people on the Super Saturday training today, and it's such a beautiful day. As I said before, we have a guest on Super Saturday today. Yes, he's on holiday. Um, he's relaxing with his family, and he deserves it. All the amount of work he's put in and the training he's done for us over the months and over the years in the international global presentation team. He is an amazing leader and an amazing mentor. He's an inspiration to me. And I don't know if he can hear me, if he can share his screen. I think he may be in the pool, but I am joining President Eddie. I need to unmute him. Let's see, I've asked to unmute. Yes, there we go. See if President Eddie can join us all the way from his pool. I'm joining you in Rhodos today, as you can see in the Greek island of Rhodos. So I am joining President Eddie. So Eddie, would you like to say a few words to everyone who's joined us on Super Saturday today?
Awesome, guys. Look, let's see if I can show you something where we are right now. You see this amazing place. Yes, we are relaxing, enjoying, and actually you could also call this the crowd one lifestyle. So we are living the lifestyle. And you know,
did you use your life trends?
No, not with this one, because this is our special place. We go here many times. I have to turn my camera again. So, and an airplane is passing by right now. So there's a lot of noise. But living the lifestyle, it means that you have to break barriers. And I think Sir Darren will give a training about that later on. And the first barrier you need to break, and I hope I don't take away too much from Sir Darren, is yourself. Because most of the time, you are your biggest barrier. Guys,
absolutely.
It's so important. Yeah, it's so important that you step into leadership. And because leadership is duplicatable. So first you have to break your barriers before you can step into leadership. And a leader is building a team. And if as a leader you build a team, then your team members will become leaders as well. But if you don't show leadership, your team members will also not become a leader. And let me be clear about that. Leadership is not a position, but it's a process. That's very important. Many people think, hey, he is the big leader. No, I'm just like you. Okay, I have a higher rank, but I worked for it. And it's not a position. It's a process. If we will talk about position, then we will talk about management. Many people, they confuse leadership with management. Management is, works at its best when things stay the same. But leadership deals with people and with their dynamics. And the dynamics and the people are continuously changing. It keeps on changing. They are never, ever static. Not at all. So actually, the challenge of leadership is to create change and to facilitate growth. So if you do not have growth in your team, then you have to change your mind. You have to break the barriers. And so Darren will explain you how. But change and growth, guys, they require movement. You have to move. If you stand still, you will never be a leader. And it's up to you. It's up to you how people will follow you. And actually, there are 5 levels of leadership. And I will keep this very short. There's 5 levels of leadership. The first one is position. And it has everything to do with rights. And people follow you because they have to. That's it. But there is a second level of leadership, which is permission. And it's all based on relationship. And then people follow you because they want to follow you. Keep that in mind. The third level of leadership is production. It's based on results. And then people follow because of what you have done for the organization. There's also a fourth level of leadership, and that's people development. And now we're coming into the phase of reproduction or duplication. And people follow because of what you have done for them. And then this fifth level of leadership is the pinnacle level. And it's all based on respect. And people follow because of who you are and what you represent. Well, keep those things in mind. If you are thinking about becoming a leader, if you're struggling right now as a leader or as a future leader, keep those things in mind. But first, break the barriers. And guys, I want you to be able to live the same lifestyle as we do, sitting at the pool, enjoying life, and have fun. And of course, we work very hard. First, you have to work, and then you can reap the fruits. And in the meantime, we are still working. We are still working and doing this amazing business. And actually, we can call it a business at the beach or business at the pool, because we can do our business everywhere. I can offer someone a drink and just have a chat. And maybe the guy next to me is the next leader. And that's a complete change of mindset. But again, you have to break the barriers. And I think that Sir Darren agrees with me, and maybe it's already part of his training, that you, I'm pointing at you, you are your biggest barrier if you're not a leader yet. Back to you, Sir Darren. God bless, love you all.
Thank you so much, President Eddie, and to Mariana, and to the family, the grandchild. You guys must enjoy the sun there in Greece. Guys, thank you for joining us. Sir Eddie, thank you for joining us. We let you get back to your holiday and your family. But guys, yes, that's what it is all about. As you heard President Eddie say it, in order to become successful or to become a leader, you need to change yourself first. You are the first step on the road to your success. But you need to understand that, and you need to believe it. Most of all, you need to believe in yourself. And by following other leaders, coming onto the trainings, you become a leader in your life. And that's what, yes, that is what today's training is all about, is taking down those barriers. So I'm not going to take too much more time of the introduction. I think we will get straight into the slideshow, the presentation for today. If my technical assistant, my beautiful technical assistant, as you can see, President Eddie is on holiday with his family, and it is Janine's, Sister Janine, and my birthday weekend, but we are still working because it's about our lives. We have birthdays every year. Days come and go. And it's what you do today, but you will hear in the training. You're going to launch a slideshow. You're going to hear in today's training exactly what we are talking about. So I am going to stop my camera just so that everything does run smoothly. We had a few hiccups yesterday in the training, but to the sun gods, we pray that today's training goes smoothly. Guys, please sit back, get comfortable, get something to drink if you want something to drink. Get a pad, get a pen. And if you have to screenshot, guys, screenshot what I'm doing. But listen carefully to what we are going to talk about today, because it is one of the most important issues in all of our lives. And that is taking down those barriers so that we can all be successful. We put up barriers in life to protect ourselves. Also, we think, all right? Guys, I want you to be interactive now. Listen to what I'm saying. I want you to be busy in the chat. Get your phones, get into the chats. I want you to be busy. Work with me, because I want you guys to understand what it means by taking down the barriers. So we put up barriers in life to protect ourselves. But that's what we think. I want to know from you guys, what are some of the barriers that we put up in life? What are some of the barriers? Let's see in the chat if you guys are with me on the same page. I want you all to be alive. What are some of the barriers that we put up in our lives to prevent us from having success? Let's have a look. Anything? Anybody on the call? Anybody on Super Saturday? I'd like to know. Let me give you an idea. I don't know many people. That's a barrier. We say to ourselves, I don't know many people. But the problem with that is, it's the question you're asking yourself. There we go. I will start tomorrow. Hard work. Yes, those are barriers. Living in the past. Yes. Guys, those are barriers we put up. No time. That's it. I don't have the money. I'm not a networker or a salesperson. I don't know how to sell. Yes, self-sabotage, anxiety. Yes. And one of the biggest, I don't have the time. Guys, those are barriers we put up in front of us to prevent us from doing these things. But why do we do this? Why do we put up these barriers? It's not because we don't want to do it or we don't want to be successful. We do it because we're afraid of what might happen. Let me say that again. We put up barriers because we're afraid of what might happen. And yes, those barriers sound so much like excuses. What we're actually doing is we're locking ourselves away from possibilities. We're locking our brains into a one way of thinking. We don't allow ourselves to be different. So why do we do this? Come on, guys, I want to see, why do we put up these barriers? Why? Afraid to fail. Yes. Afraid to fail. That's one of the biggest, is that fear, as I spoke about. Unsure of what may happen. Well, sometimes it's easier for us to make an excuse than to find the solution to the problem. Yes, it's easier for us to sit back on the couch at home and, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'm not feeling up to it now. I'm not in the right mindset. Because it's easier than actually sitting down and finding a solution to the problem. So, how do we change the way we look at our lives? How do we stop making excuses and start taking down those barriers? Well, we start by asking ourselves the right questions. As I said, instead of sitting back and saying, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'm not in the right mind frame, you need to say, what are the questions I must be asking myself? How do I spend my time? So taking down the barriers allows us to think outside the box. And how can we change the way we think. How? Let's see some ideas, guys. Those questions we ask ourselves. How or what questions can we ask ourselves to change the way we think? Well, that's simple. The answer is by changing the excuses, by changing the questions, the answers to the questions that we ask ourselves. Restart the mindset. Yes. Customize your comfort zone, guys. By changing the questions we ask ourselves, like, not, I don't know many people. You should be asking, how do I meet new people? Or how can I find the money? Or how do I become a networker? Ask the questions, how do I? How do I? Not, I don't or I can't. How do I recommend products? If you're not a salesperson, how do you recommend the products? And that favorite one, I don't have the time. Guys, there are 24 hours in the day. How can I maximize my time? We need to change the way we think about our time. Think about this. The one who desires to climb up will invent a ladder. That quote comes from the Dalai Lama. See it for yourselves. The one who desires to climb up will invent a ladder. He has to in order to climb up. So he changes the way he thinks. Simplify the answers. The answers to the questions, simplify them. Unclutter your minds. Rather than put up barriers or overthinking a situation when you are unsure, you need to simplify what it is you really want. So that means sit down with yourself, spend time with yourself, get to know what it is you want. Then ask yourself the right questions and simplify the answers. So that remember those questions we ask yourself. How can I maximize your time? It's not what we do in our life, but rather what we do with our life that matters. Guys, that's another important one. Write it down. As President Eddie was saying, it's not what we do in our life. To become a leader, it's not what you do. It's not a position, but rather what we do with the time, with our life that matters. Time is very, very important. In order to be able to lead and help others, we first need to know ourselves and our limitations. Yes, it's important. You heard those 5 points that Eddie mentioned in being a leader. The 5 points. Come on. The position, the permission, the production, people development, and respect. It's very important to know your limitations, guys. Because if you don't know your limitations, you won't know what to do in order to improve yourself. Okay? So you need to know your limitations. Never be afraid to ask. Never be afraid to ask. In my trainings, I say to people, there are no stupid questions. There are none. Don't think of any question as a stupid question. The only stupid question is an unasked question. If you don't know what 1 + 1 is, ask. People will not judge you. And that way you learn. But you have to ask the question. So never be afraid to ask. Now, I've asked in previous trainings and in previous Super Saturdays I've done, I've asked this question, and let me ask you the same question, guys. Now, I want to see it in the chats, all of you. What 2 days cannot be changed? What 2 days in your life cannot be changed? Let me see your answers, because this is very, very important to know. What 2 days cannot be changed? Anybody? Nobody? All right, let me give you the first one. Your birthday? Yes, yesterday. Yesterday, that's it. A birthday is a day of celebration. Everybody has a birthday, but there's one day for all of us that we can't change, and that's yesterday. Absolutely. Yesterday has already happened. You cannot change it. You cannot do anything with it. Only thing you can do is learn from it. If it was a bad day, well, tomorrow you need to say, what happened yesterday that made it a bad day? Let me not do the same. And the other day that you can't change is tomorrow. Today you can change, but tomorrow you can't. We have no idea what will happen tomorrow. If you keep putting up barriers today, they will stay there for your future. Guys, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We know what happened yesterday, and we can't change it. So today, if you start today to take down those barriers, stop making the excuses, start asking yourself the right questions, well, then you can change your tomorrow. But you won't know until you start today. There's only one thing that's inevitable, and that's time. Time carries on regardless. We have no control of time, but it's what we do with that time. Remember what I said just now? What we do with our lives, with our time. However, if we change today and start to take down those barriers, as I said, our futures will change. And I say ours. I'm busy working on my future, but I'm talking about ours because we are one family. We're the human family, and we have to help each other to understand this. And that's why we do these trainings, is that we can help each other have a better future by taking down those barriers. And the best thing is that we can carry these ideals onto future generations and change the way that they look and think about the world and the opportunities available to them. Yes, what am I talking about? Well, we have all become fixed in the way of thinking about life, the past, what has been. We're stuck there because that's what we know. You've heard the saying, out with the old and in with the new. Well, that is so true. Out with the old. If the old didn't work, get rid of it. What's new? Break down those barriers and find out. So let's break this down. Out with the old. Let's look at it differently. Out with the old. It's the way we were taught how the world works, how to earn a living, how to think. But guys, this might not be the right way. Sorry, my phone is making noises. This may not be the right way. It may have been the right way, but things change. So we need to change with it. Yes, it's difficult. Yes, we have fears. Yes, we have doubts. But if we don't change with the times, we will get stuck in that past. So in with the new. If we learn how to drop those barriers and consider an alternative way, just think about it. We can have a better way of living. As you see, Sir Eddie is lying on a lounger by the pool. He dropped his barriers. He's had bad experiences in the past, as we've all had. And he had those doubts when somebody came to him and said, hey, look at this. And he went, oh, not another marketing company. He had his doubts. He put up barriers, but he stopped and he changed the way he thought. Out with the old. This is new. Let me look at it differently. How do I get my day in the sun? And we've all got the opportunity to have our day in the sun. So out with the old, guys. Make the decision today to change the way you think. Break down those barriers. And how? By following our dreams. Yes, we all have dreams. President Eddie had a dream, and they've achieved it. As a family, he's got one of his dreams. I will have my dream. And he worked hard for it. He took those barriers down. He worked hard. And now not only is he on holiday, but he also owns property. That was one of his dreams. And we can visit him at his property, in his dream. We can go and enjoy his dream with him. But you need to take the barriers down. So you need to follow your dreams. Life happens and we forget about our dreams as we grow up. It's important not to forget about the things you really want. If you focus on the things you really want, you will find a way to find the time, find the money, make the money. But at the end of the day, if you focus on those dreams, you will achieve them. So in closing, let's just recap on what we've spoken about today about bringing down the barriers. And one important thing is when we start something new or when we're unsure, that is when we tend to put up those barriers. When we're not sure, when we're scared. So what are our choices? Well, firstly, we can keep putting up the barriers and stay the same. Stay in the past, live in the past, keep that same old mindset. Because that's where you will stay. And as the world changes, it'll get darker and darker for you. Your future will get darker. But if we can drop those barriers and learn, guys. Now, I know a lot of people hate that word learn. I'm not a big fan of learning. I hated school because it wasn't what I wanted to learn. But now I get the choice of what I want to learn, and it has changed me. And it's changing my life. So if we learn that there is a way to live our dreams, that's what we need to focus on. Start by asking the right questions. Remember, don't make excuses. Turn the excuse into a better question. And don't forget to pass this knowledge on. This is how we become leaders, is by passing this knowledge on, learning and passing it on to others and to the future, the younger generation. Because they are being brought up in the same way we were. Go to school, get a good education, go to college or university and get a major debt that you're going to spend probably the rest of your life paying off so that you can have a great life. Well, if I go to university and I take out a loan to study, to get a good job, well, it's going to take most of the money I earn to pay back the loan. And a lot of people don't actually pay it off, the stress and everything, but they've still got to work long, hard hours at that good job. When there's such simpler ways to do things, guys. So start by asking the right questions and start by passing this on to the younger generation. That is what our generation needs to do, is pass this on, pass the right information. We've all heard the game broken telephone, where you all stand in a line and the first person passes a message to the next person, to the next person. And by the time it gets to the end, it's totally the wrong story. All right? Like a Stephen King thriller. Why does that happen? Because the message gets passed on. One word at a time changes. Let's not do that. Let's give our kids, the younger generation, the right information. Follow your dreams and find a way to earn an income from that. Start by changing the way we do things today, and it will change your tomorrow. Guys, today is important. If you go out after Super Saturday for an ice cream because it's a lovely day, and you're standing waiting in the queue to get an ice cream, and the person behind you wants a double cone with a flake, well, then you say, how would you like to book your next vacation on your very own travel platform? Speak to everybody. As President Eddie said, he's lying on his lounger. The person next to him could be the next leader, but you don't know if you don't speak to them. So change today, and it will change your tomorrow, guys. And as we know in Crowd One, always remember, impossible is nothing. Absolutely. Impossible is nothing. When you focus on your dreams, and when you focus on yourselves, you can change your lives. And the joy you get out of learning how to change is probably one of the greatest rewards you will ever receive. It is time to chase those dreams you had as a child. Take time every day with yourself. That's what a great leader does. Takes time for himself. And that's where you ask yourself the questions, write them down. If you're not a good salesperson, well, ask my leader, how can I become a great salesperson? And they will give you examples, and they will teach you and train you. But if it stops at you, well, that's kind of selfish. You need to carry it on. Give unto others. It says in the Bible, give unto others. Nowadays, we say sharing is caring. And in all the different languages, there is the same quote. Sharing is caring. That's what the world needs. It needs more people to care enough to share. And I think that's why we all got involved with Crowd One. Not only to better our lives, to earn an income, but to share with others. So guys, that is the end of our Super Saturday training for today. Take down those barriers. Start today. Carry it into the week. And you will see how your life changes in 1 week. As quickly as 1 week. How many times have you seen on the television these weight loss diets? Take this pill, take this drink, and lose weight in 2 to 4 weeks. No. But if you change your life, you can see it as quickly as a week, how your life changes. So guys, that is what I have to offer you today in the way of training. I use it every day in my life. I've changed the way I think to more positive. If I have a negative thought, I stop myself. And I think to myself, how can I turn that thought into a positive action? And most people on the call who know me have probably never heard me say a negative thing. It's not in me anymore to be negative. So when I see the negative news or somebody posts something that's negative, I laugh at it. I laugh at it because I now understand what I used to do. Those barriers, the excuses we put up. I laugh at it because I have learned that there is a different way. But it is up to you, as President Eddie said in the beginning as well, to be a leader is up to you. We are here as a global team, as global presenters. We are here to help you. And I'm going to say it again, you. There's no I in you. There's no we in you, but we together can help you become successful. And one day you will be sitting with your team and you will be training them. And what I mean by that is you will be sitting with a group of people. Some you may know, some you may not know. And you will be sharing what you have learned on your journey, on your road to success, because you've broken those barriers, you've stepped past the fear. Why fear what you do not know? The question that was asked on a training is, if you are doing nothing, what are you doing? Why not networking if you are doing nothing? Think of that as a way of changing. I'm not a networker. I don't know how to network. That's fine. You can learn. We're networking. We're talking. That's what networking is. We are communicating. We do it every day without thinking. So that shouldn't even be the question. I don't know how. If you're doing nothing, why not networking? Write that down. Write it big on a piece of paper and put it on your wall. Put it on your bathroom wall, bedroom wall, lounge wall. If you're doing nothing, why not networking? Guys, so thank you so much for joining us. I'm just going to sort a device out there for my techie again. We've got a few things that we would like to run through with you all as an international global team. Yes. Last Super Saturday, you all heard the global presenters are running an end of summer contest. Yes, in the Northern Hemisphere, it's end of summer. But for you guys in the Southern Hemisphere, it's beginning of summer. So you guys are lucky. We're jealous. And yes, we're jealous. We've had a few, very few nice days in the UK. And that was our summer, but that does not stop us. Come rain or shine, we break the barriers and we do what we do. So guys, this is going out to all of you as members. It's a contest, a competition. Now, if you think to yourself, now, before you think of the barriers, putting up the barriers, think about this. We are asking you to get creative, get those design juices flowing and design a global webinar presenters poster. Now, as you've seen them on all the chat groups, they're little posters showing you who's doing the Zoom presentation or who's doing a Zoom training or who's doing a Super Saturday. Well, this is your chance to design a poster for us as the global presenters. 3 winners will be chosen from the entries, and they will receive a white pack gift code. Amazing, guys. The closing date for this is October the 8th at 12 p.m. Central European time, and we will announce the winners on the 9th. Your entries need to be sent to, go back, to globalimpactcampaigns@gmail.com. The address at the bottom there, guys, globalimpactcampaigns@gmail.com. So what is it all about? Yes, as we said, we want you to create a poster, design a poster for a global presentation meeting. All right, it can be anything from the daily 1 p.m. Central European time presentation. It could be the 5 p.m. training. It could even be a Super Saturday. It's up to you if you want to do a combination of. Guys, it needs to be a professional presentation. All right, it needs to be done in PowerPoint so that we can edit things like the date and the time if necessary. If yours is the chosen poster, we want to be able to change those dates and times. But this is the information that you will need in there. You'll need the name and the rank of the presenter, the day, the date, the time, all of that, the year, the webinar, what type of webinar. So if it, like I said, if it's a global daily webinar, the Super Saturday or the training, and the time the presentation is on, guys. So that's the information we need on there. The pictures you can get all over social media on the Global Webinars team, on Impact Team Telford. There are images all over of the presenters. Guys, these are the presenters that are involved with the global team and their ranks and the time of the presentations. If you need this information, you can get it from us at Impact Team Telford. Just look us up on Telegram. Guys, as I said, it needs to be done in PowerPoint so that we can edit. Don't forget the Zoom room number and the password. All right, guys, as I said again, closing date 8th of October, 12 p.m. and that email address, globalimpactcampaigns@gmail.com. So we look forward to getting all your entries. Here's some examples. This is a poster that was done when we first started for the trainings. We posted on our social media pages. This is the one that we have done for the international training that we do. So it can be any, guys. Use your creativity. This was one that was done for me by Sister Lovely Rose. No, did you not? For one of my Friday presentations where I had a guest presenter. So you want to maybe say that a Super Saturday with President Eddie and guest, let's say guest Miss Queenie, whatever. Here was one that was done as well for Super Saturday training by Sister Althea for me. So these are the kind of things, guys, as you can see, it's got which global, this is a Super Saturday training. It's got a picture of me, my rank, my name, what time, the date. As you can see there, it shows you 1 p.m. Central European time, but 7 p.m. in the Philippines. Hi to you guys. And it shows the ID, the Zoom ID and the password. Guys, this is the kind of thing, make it look exciting and send your entries off. We are looking forward to getting them. And as we said, 3 winners, guys, and they will each win a white gift code. And this is the kind of thing we do. We involve the teams, we involve you, because it is about you guys at the end of the day. I keep using that word you. It's very, very important. And when you talk to people, you need to refer to them you. We are there to help you. And one day you will be there to help someone else, but you will be saying to them, you. So it's just amazing that we can all share together. And we want to get you guys involved in this global presentation and involved in the teams so that we can grow, because there's so much coming up in the future. the growth in the company is massive. We've heard some amazing stuff over the week from the leaders of what's coming in the next 100 days in the company. And if we only knew the details, well, we would break those barriers down, because trust me, it's exciting. And when you learn to tear down those barriers, anything is possible. There's a lady on the call today, and I always call her. Why? Because I know she broke down so many barriers in her life, and just recently. And she is fixed and determined on her future. She's changed the way she's thinking. Sister Rosie, could I ask you just to share, so 5 minutes, just with everyone on the Super Saturday call, just how Crowd One has changed the way you think of doing things, thinking of your life. Sister Rosie.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, world. As you can see, yes, I'm still in my PJs, and that is how we can run our business. In your PJs, you can decide when you want to get up and when you want to dress up. To those of you who don't know me, yes, I've been in this business for the last 15 months. Darren, firstly, thank you for an amazing, amazing presentation. You genuinely inspire me, and I'm sure that you have inspired so many across the globe today. I don't know how to thank you. You are phenomenal. Ladies and gentlemen, you great man. My encyclopedia, I call him my Crowd One encyclopedia. So ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know my little story, yes, I'm in this company for the last 15 months. I've managed to rank up to coordinator 3-star. It wasn't easy. Don't think it's easy. It's not a smooth journey. But if you come to webinars like this, where you are inspired, it just gives you that courage to get up and go and do it. Because at the end of the day, when you purchased your package, you opened up your own business. And I like to say, we cannot net sleep. We need to network. You use Mixter. I keep on saying it. Mixter. Use Mixter as a platform for you to share and to show. And even if they sign up as a customer just to get Mixter, I promise you, when you go back and tell them, do you know, I just earned some money because you playing a game, they would also want to earn money for themselves. And that is how you get them to sign up, because remember, they signed up for free using your link. The day they decide to purchase the package, they already your downline. So it's very, very easy. You just need to believe in yourself first. And if you can do that, your barrier is broken. You will achieve things beyond your control. I'm so passionate about this company. I'm so passionate with the friends and family I've met along my journey in Crowd One. You know, you just have that extra sense of family. My daughter, my only child is in Canada. It's so far. But I can get onto a Zoom call and I can be with my family. And that is what all of you are. And I get emotional because sometimes you're just down, but you need to come to these Zooms, because this is where you get uplifted. I don't know how your morning was. I don't know how your evening was yesterday. I don't know how your day is going to end. But sometimes we all go through something that makes you feel, I'm giving up. I'm just giving up. And then you put on your laptop or you put on your cell phone and you click that Zoom link and you get inspired. And you're happy when you leave the Zoom, because that is what we're all about. One crowd, one family. And if you can believe in that, you're going to go far. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, it is, we're having a big birthday on Monday. It's Sir Darren's birthday on Monday. And I present the Global Zoom on a Monday at 1 p.m. So I would like to put out a challenge to you to come to the party. I'm not going to call it a presentation. I'm going to call it a party because we're going to celebrate Darren's life. We're going to celebrate and praise God for giving us Darren. God has given Darren to me. And I want you to come and share in the celebration with me on Monday. Okay? So with that said, I'm putting out a challenge there. The member that comes to the Zoom call on Monday with the most prospects, the most non-members. You don't have to send me a name list. It's fine. I will find a way to identify who has the most non-members on the call. I'm going to get the person to go to the settings on the phone or the laptop to change their name to, say, for example, I'm on the call now as Rosie. But say, for example, Janine invited me. I'm going to put my name down as Janine / Rosie. And they will count all the Janines because Janine is the member and I'm the prospect. So I'm putting that challenge out to all of you because guess what? Our Zoom room can handle 500 people. I've never seen it go over 200 yet for a while now. So I'm going to pray that we're going to be over 200 members on Monday, just so that we can celebrate Darren's life and Darren's birthday. Okay, we've got a lot of birthdays in this month, people, a lot. So let's get celebrating. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Janine. Thank you for listening to me, everybody. Please have a blessed, blessed weekend. Please go to Sunday school tomorrow. It's not religious. Go to Sir Peter Jacobson's training tomorrow and go and get inspired all over again. Thank you all. Love you all. Love you all.
Thank you, Sister Rosie. Love you too. Love you with all my heart. Guys, this is what happens when you become a member of Crowd One. You join a global family. And people come into your lives that inspire you, but at the same time, you find out that you inspire them. And this is the amazing, wonderful sensation, let's call it that, that uplifts you. And that's, as Sister Rosie says, you know, yes, we all have those days where we feel down or blue. Get onto a Zoom, get onto a presentation, find one. Because if you're doing nothing, why not networking? Like I say, get onto a presentation and it will uplift you. That is what we need to do for each other as human beings. Not as Crowd One, not as an individual, as human beings. So guys, yes, as you heard, join us on Sunday school tomorrow with Sir Peter Jacobson. And he also teaches us how to change the way we think. And that's why it's important to get onto these extra trainings. Yes, we've all got things to do in our lives, but take the time management. You've heard President Eddie talk about it. Make the time. I know we've run just a little bit over time, but that's okay. It's only an hour of your day, but it could change your entire day. That's the important thing about time. Every single hour is important. Every half hour, every 15 minutes, every 10 minutes. It's important. Enjoy it. Because if you enjoy your time, you will have a happy life. And that's what we all want. I know it. I know it. We've all sat there going, I want a great life. You can have it. Drop the barriers, guys. Change the way you think. Yes, Sister Rosie.
Did I mention now when I said about the amount of non-members on the call that the winner will win a white coat? Did I mention that?
No, you didn't mention they would win a white coat.
So sorry, ladies and gents. Yes, that is the whole aim of exercise on Monday to get your prospects, your non-members on the call with you. And the person with the most non-members I will donate.
There is a white
code.
gift code. That's it, a white gift code, guys. So get them on the presentation on Monday morning, Monday afternoon, morning, wherever you are, 1 p.m. Central European time, guys. It's going to be a party. Let's start a whole new week. Let's break those barriers together. Let's get some prospects on. We've got the whole weekend. Let's live life, guys. But for now, this is Super Saturday coming to an end. So I would like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for joining me today so that I could share just a little bit of knowledge with you guys that I have learned. I hope it's left a mark. And in closing, I just want to say to everybody, if you are still in a lockdown in a pandemic country, the Philippines, some areas, in Australia, I know they're still in a lockdown. Some countries still have a lot of restrictions. Guys, please look after yourselves. Look after your families. Be safe. But until we see you again on Monday morning's Monday presentation, the party, from Darren and Janine here in the UK, we love you all. God bless you all and take care. See you soon.
Bye, James. Bye, Bloody. Bye, lovely Rose. Love you all.